Nothing in this podcast or on our website should be construed as medical advice. Consult your healthcare provider for your individual nutritional and medical needs. The information presented is based on our research and is strictly that of the author and not necessarily those of any professional group or other individual.
Hi, I'm Sue Becker from Bread Beckers. Welcome to Sue's Healthy Minutes. I'm so excited you've joined me today, and I hope this episode encourages you and allows you to find the answers you have been praying for the health of you and your family. Today on Sue's Healthy Minutes, I want to replay one of my very early podcast episodes. I want to go all the way back to episode number 12, Exercise in Search of Work. I haven't shared it in quite a long time. This episode is step number 6 in my 7 steps to healthy living teaching. I don't usually share it out of order, but I was preparing my healthy living talk for a conference that I'm headed to this weekend. And I got really inspired when I was reviewing this step on exercise, reading all the studies on its importance. Now, please do not think I'm going to tell you to join the gym or an exercise class, though those might be great options. But with the weather getting nicer and the days longer, why not enjoy a nice long walk outside or even a short walk? The health benefits might really surprise you. So I hope you enjoy this replay of Exercise in Search of Work, and I hope it inspires you as much as it did me. Over the years, whenever I teach this series, Healthy Living Simplified, and I get to step number 6, exercise, I often hear comments like, "What does this have to do with healthy eating?" And my answer is, while this step may not pertain directly to eating, it is definitely an important part of healthy living. We are told in Genesis chapter 2, verse 15, that when God created Adam and Eve, he placed them in a garden where they were then instructed to cultivate it and keep it. Our bodies were created in God's image to work, to do physical labor. We have not only bones and muscles in our body that were created for work, but also systems in our body that actually depend on our physical movement. 100 years ago, work was our daily exercise. Today, unfortunately, many of us no longer have to do much physical labor in our day-to-day lives. We no longer have to walk to get us where we're going. And to be honest, we actually now have to purposefully search for ways to get our bodies moving on a regular basis. So I call this step exercise, but more specifically, in search of work. Let's first look at why exercise is so important for our health. Many of you might just look at exercise as a means of losing weight when actually exercise does little to promote weight loss. Now, while exercise does help burn fat and calories and builds muscle strength, it usually increases your appetite as well. So changing your eating habits to real whole foods is the most important part of any weight loss program. But let's look at exercise beyond a weight loss goal. Our heart is a muscle which is weakened with inactivity. So being physically active goes a long way in strengthening this very critical muscle so that it can do its job of delivering blood and nutrients to every cell in our bodies. Our muscles are not the only organ that is strengthened by exercise. Many studies have now proven that daily physical activity has a very positive influence on our brains. A study done at Duke University found that exercise was more effective than drugs for relieving depression and even chronic pain. And women especially, who are more physically active, show fewer symptoms of anxiety and depression. Physical activity has been shown to release a group of hormones in the brain known as endorphins. Endorphins are often called the feel-good hormones, but are also known for their analgesic effect by activating our opiate receptor sites in the brain, thereby helping to reduce the perception of pain. Endorphins also induce energy production and repair in the body. So, a nice, long, brisk walk might be just what the doctor should order. But improvement of brain activity from exercise doesn't stop there. Studies done at the University of Illinois found that the hippocampus, the part of the brain that plays a major role in learning and memory, was 12% larger in children who were active, and that these same kids showed better brain activity, resulting in better memory of information learned, as well as improved overall test scores. But exercise and activity is not just for kids. Adults after the age of 40 start losing brain volume, unfortunately, about 5% per decade, and then further acceleration after the age of 70. Not only does the brain get lighter, but creation of new brain cells and neurons decrease. Physical activity and exercise has been shown to cause a release of a substance known as brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF for short. BDNF, put simply, is a brain fertilizer. It stimulates the growth of new nerve cells for long-term brain health, and it helps even existing neurons to function better. 70 to 80% of our BDNF is produced in the brain, and since the early 1900s, it has been a known fact that exercise increases the production of BDNF. Studies have found that just 30 minutes of moderate or 10 minutes of intense exercise resulted in a significant rise in the production of BDNF. The Mayo Clinic did a study including 1,000 patients between the age of 80 and 89 years old. They found that those who participated in regular moderate exercise were 39% less likely to experience dementia. University of Pittsburgh conducted a 6-month intense exercise program and found that those who participated were able to learn faster and achieved greater blood flow. The University of Washington went a step further and documented that regular exercise improved cognitive ability in those already experiencing mild dementia. They showed improved thinking skills in their working memory and the ability to multitask and plan. It has become a tragic reality that the most common reason our elderly need care is that they no longer can take care of themselves due to their instability, both physically and mentally. Weakness, immobility, and loss of balance and strength, along with significant cognitive decline, are a growing concern among much of the American population as us baby boomers approach our 70s and 80s. Statistics show that 40% of people over the age of 55 have no leisure time physical activity. It saddens me that so many elderly that have finally reached a place in their lives where they are more free to share their wisdom and minister to others, they find themselves sick and often both physically and mentally disabled. While the foods we eat affects both our physical and mental capabilities, exercise plays an important role as well. Get your body in shape and your mind should follow. Last but certainly not least, exercise may help boost our immune function by keeping our lymph fluid moving. Our lymphatic system is a critical part of our circulatory and immune systems, as it's responsible for eliminating toxins, waste, and excessive fluid, as well as moving white blood cells around the body to fight infection. Unlike our primary circulatory system, where the heart acts as the pump to carry blood with nutrients and oxygen to our cells, our lymph system has no pump. Once our cells have absorbed the nutrients from our blood, they excrete waste and metabolic toxins, which then get flushed into our lymph system along with damaged cells and foreign invaders such as bacteria and viruses to get deactivated and eventually flushed back into our bloodstream. Having no pump, our lymphatic system depends on our body's movement for its circulation of our disease-fighting white blood cells and the cleansing of our lymph fluid. Physical movement of our body is critical to the circulation of our lymph. This movement includes regular bowel movements, deep breathing, and physical exercise. We have probably all experienced some swelling in our legs from long car rides or airplane flights, or even sitting at a desk all day. This is caused by the restrictive flow of our lymph fluid from a lack of movement. It is helpful in these situations to get up from time to time and move, or at least move your arms and legs frequently if walking around isn't possible. And of course, you can always do some deep breathing. But it is important to get moving in more ways than one. A high fiber diet of real bread and real fruits and vegetables will certainly keep the bowels moving regularly, but exercise will not only help keep the lymph fluid circulating by simply moving, but it also encourages deep breathing, which gets more oxygen to our cells as well. Even if you are physically unable to do much physical movement, you can at least make sure your bowels are moving every day, and you can always take a few minutes throughout your day to consciously take a few good, deep breaths. Hopefully, you are now encouraged to get moving. So let's get down to the practical application of exercise and searching for better ways to work. When I say exercise, you might immediately think of hours of workouts and joining a gym or exercise class or putting the kids in sports. While these are all great ways to exercise, for some of us, this may not be practical or even physically possible. There are 3 basic types of exercise, and none of them have to be complicated to be enjoyed, just regular. Aerobic exercise includes activities such as running, swimming, walking. These increase the endurance of the heart and capacity of the lungs and get us breathing and supplying oxygen to our lungs and our cells. Anaerobic exercises improve our muscle strength and usually include some type of weight or resistant exercises. Again, it doesn't have to be complicated or anything drastic. Elastic bands and light weights while walking can work wonders. Using your own body strength as resistance can be simple. Flexibility and stretching exercises are perhaps the most important, but often the most neglected. Children flex and stretch their muscles just from their constant activity, but as we age and get less active, our muscles shorten and they become less flexible. Then, when we need to do some physical work, we have extremely sore muscles and perhaps even constant low back pain. So if you do nothing else, stretch those muscles every day. And it can be as simple as touching or reaching for your toes, neck and shoulder rolls, reaching your arms above your head and behind your back. Stretching exercises help keep you agile, and they promote coordination and balance, so in turn, reduces the risk of falling. Making conscious decisions to get moving could be as simple as taking the stairs instead of an elevator. Park farther away from the entrance when out shopping instead of looking for the closest spot. Walk while on the phone. But most importantly, make it fun. Start looking forward to the activities you choose instead of thinking, I need to work out today. Don't think about dieting, losing weight, or burning calories. Just get moving. It can be as simple as just going for a nice walk. grab a friend or the kids, go for a walk and enjoy a great time of fellowship, or go by yourself for some wonderful alone time. And guess what? Walking, it's free. Hippocrates said that walking is man's best medicine. Walking, like most other exercise, can help you achieve a number of health benefits, such as walking can simply improve your mood and your sleep. Walking can ward off depression and anxiety and even boost your self-esteem. Walking can strengthen your heart, reduce your overall cholesterol, lower your blood pressure, and help you manage your weight loss goals. Walking can strengthen your bones and improve bone density and increase your muscle strength. It can help reduce body fat, promotes deep breathing, and increases your energy. Walking can simply make you look and feel more fit and healthy. Sounds worth it to me. And the ripple effect, walking just might ease you into a higher level of fitness and health. We are truly fearfully and wonderfully made. Let's get our bodies moving and search for the work we were created to do. It's more important than ever for us to stay physically active throughout our lives so that we can be a blessing to all of those around us and those that care for us. Get moving. You were made to move.
Sue's Healthy Minutes podcast has been a presentation by the Beckers Incorporated, located in Woodstock, Georgia. For more information, store hours, and learning opportunities, visit breadbeckers.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Make sure to subscribe to this podcast and never miss an episode. Share this with 2 friends who would benefit from this information, and be sure to join us again next week for more of Sue's Healthy Minutes.